Hi, welcome back to our Windows PowerShell uh, Nugget course. A quick recap to what we have covered so far. Getting started with Windows. That was Module 1. And Module 2, we started with a quick intro to Windows PowerShell. And we covered two topics. And then later on we'll cover overview about object and variables, pipeline and formatting, data structure and export import, then PowerShell scripts and functions, and then reporting, WMI, AD, Exchange, and SQL. So we're still on Module 2, Intro to PowerShell, and so far under Module 2 we have covered the following: only CMD let, or we call the command let, and then we will expand around the tab, expansion, aliases and history and profile, then security, then providers. So to continue to the previous topic, we have very simple error handling. PowerShell does not work with error code. Instead, we use exceptions. There is a details module on exceptions in the basically PowerShell Nugget course. There are two types, I will cover later on, of exceptions, either terminating or non-terminating. With the terminating one, it is like the script has basically crashed. No further commands are executed. With non-terminating, the error exception is thrown, but it does not halt the script. Most error we will see are non-terminating ones, which allow the script to continue and potentially or optionally the log the error for us. So before we move on, just a quick recap. We have terminating, exceptions, or non-terminating. One which basically halt the script, will not continue, one will continue. Next is the very simple error handling. We have, you can see on the table, we have profile name and the scope. Silently continue, that do not display errors. Stop, treat non-terminating errors as terminating errors. Continue, display error, but continue execution of the current commandlet, script, function, or pipeline. This is a default behavior. Require this display a prompt that asks how PowerShell should treat the error. And ignore, that will be bypassing. The ignore value is intended for per command use, not for use as saved preference. Very basic example: get -child item -path no file.txt. We can see the error action preference, and we specify continue, or it could be error action preference equal to silently continue, and the same thing apply to get child item path no file. Again, quick recap: 4 type of profile: silently continue, stop, continue, inquire, and ignore. Next is the error action parameter. The error action parameter determines how the commandlet respond to a non-terminating error from the command. This parameter works only when the command generates a debugging message. For example, this parameter works when a command contains the write -error commandlet. The error action parameter override the value of the error action preference variable for the current command, because the default value of the error action preference variable is continue. Error messages are displayed and executed, or execution continues unless you utilize error action parameter. Error action parameter has no effect on terminating errors, such as missing data, parameters that are not valid, or insufficient permission that prevent a command from completing successfully. Some valid values, like silently continue, this suppress the error message and continue executing the command. Continue, this will display the error message and continue executing the command. This will be default behavior. Inquire, that display the error message and promote you for confirmation before continue execution. This value is rarely used. Stop displays the error message and stop executing the command. The error variable parameter stores error messages about the command in the specific variable and in the error automatic variable. If you would like to get more information about this, you can type the following commandlet: get -help space about _automatic variables. By default, new error messages overwrite error messages that are already stored in the variable. To append the error message to the variable content, you can type a plus sign before the variable name. You can use this parameter to create variables that contain only error messages from a specific command. The $error automatic variable contains error messages from all the commands in the session. You can use array notation such as $a_0 or error 1 and 2. So a quick recap: error action, we got parameter. This will determine how this commandlet responds to non-termination error. Error variable store error messages about the command in the specific variable and in its error automatic variable. And last is the error action preference that will define how the Windows PowerShell responds to non-terminating errors. Other error variables. Two variables indicate if the last operation succeeded. $? Contains true if last operation succeeded and false otherwise. $last exit code contains the exit code of the last Win32 executable execution. Ping, non-existing. Colon, last execute code more than 1 or less than 0. These are very basic examples, and you can see the output. Other really important commandlet is the PowerShell help system. Get-help shows the help of the commandlet or help topic also in the browser, which is online. V3 now offers the localized updatable help. Same thing for 4 and 5. V3 updates -help retrieve the newest help from the internet or defined source path and store it in the module folder. either XML or TXT file. V4 save-help lets you store it for machine not connected to the internet, and you can use it, or you can utilize show-command to create a graphical command window. It began with V3 PowerShell. The help is no longer shipped by default. Instead, in order to get help, you need to download the help information from the internet. This only needs to be done once, but you can repeat it from time to time to get the most current help files. When you use get-help for the first time, PowerShell automatically detects that the help files are missing and offer to download them for you from the net. If that fails, or if you want to repeat it later on, here is how you can do it via PowerShell v3. Launch PowerShell with elevated basically privilege. Then you can enter the following command: update hyphen help hyphen UI culture space en-us /force, and you can replace it with your regional language. Replace the desired language, and you need to note that it is quite common for update-help to return red error messages. This error message is not necessarily a bad thing. It is just tell you for which module it was unable to locate help files. So if you use third-party modules that have no online help repositories yet, then you will always get an error message basically, or they will trigger always error messages. Last is the get the help from the get-process. If you have never updated the help, there should be nothing but the syntax. The following command updates that the help for all the modules. It will fail if the PowerShell is not elevated. Update-help space -verbose space -force. Try to find where PowerShell store the help. You can navigate to the folder where the PowerShell is using the $PS_home variable, or you can use set-location $PowerShell PS_home to get the current UI culture. You can use the command get-UI culture and combine it again with the set location to get the folder that stores the help files for your language, which will be set-location get-UI culture. To list all the help files, simply do a directory *help* like what we used to do in the DOS. Again, quick recap: set-location PS_home, set location get-UI culture, directory *help*. Now, that's all what I had for you for today around the help. Let's quickly recap what we have learned so far. Because before we call it off for today. So, we have spoken about errors and getting help. We started with very simple error handling, and we mentioned there are two types of exceptions within PowerShell. One is terminating, second is non-terminating. The terminating exception basically is like the script crashed, so it will terminate. It won't continue with the command which you executed. The non-terminating, it will throw an error, but will continue running the script. This is very common, we will see it. Then we moved on toward some profile names, like silently continue, stop, continue, ignore, and request, which is inquire. I will mention what they are for, what they mean basically, and some of them are common, some of them are non-being utilized. Then we move toward error action parameter. We said error action, they determine how the commandlet respond to non-terminating error. And then we move toward error variables. I will say they store the error messages about the command in the session, which is the $error automatic variable. And the last part is the error action preference. And this is defined how the Windows PowerShell respond to non-terminating error. Then we move toward the two variables which indicate in the last operation succeed. And we spoke about $, which contain true if last operation succeeded or false otherwise. And then $last exit code, which contain the exit code of the last 132 executable execution. That was about the error handling. Next, we spoke about the help system. We defined the new way around get-help. That will show always the help with the commandlet, or update-help, which will retrieve the newest help from the internet or defined source path and store the module in the right path for that module in either XML or TXT. And then on V4, we mentioned if you have no internet connection, then you can use save-help. And then you can utilize show-command to see the graphical, side of it. Now, the last part we spoke about today was get the help for get-process. If you have never updated the help there, then you should do that one basically. And how can I do it? You can type the following commandlet: update-help space hyphen verbose space -force. That should help you to get the latest update. Try to find where PowerShell store the help. And that's all what I had for you for today. Hopefully you have learned something useful around the help and the error handling. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.